Hi everyone, I wanted to show you how I altered this bottle. This is a bottle that my husband had and he challenged me to redesign it and make it look like a cool candlestick holder. So what I did first of all is I took this half resin skull that I'd cast in resin using some silicone molds that I got off online, and I glued that into place first of all. Now, using hot glue on glass, if I just glued stuff on and left it, it would, if you knocked it, pop off. But I find hot glue holds it really secure enough for when you coat the whole thing in the PVA glue and tissue. And obviously once the whole thing's coated in PVA and glue and tissue, it's a bit harder to get everything to come off the bottle afterwards. I mean, it's still possible, but because it's all covered, it does hold it on until you take it off, basically. And I glued on this little sun charm because I just liked how it looked and I thought that would go well with the design. And then I drew these little sort of rough bat wing shapes on card because I knew I wanted to do like a sort of Cthulhu design, which is like it's like a mythical creature from some stories or something written by H.P. Lovecraft, and it's like a mixture of octopus, demon type monster, and it's got like these wings. So that's what I drew, that's what I created here. So obviously I'm going for, like, I imagined like if Cthulhu had like a treasure chest, this would be the emblem on it, you know. That's the sort of look I was going for. I'm not trying to go for like a direct representation of Cthulhu. And what I did was cut out two of those wing shapes out of card and then glue those onto the bottles next to the skull. And you want these stuck down quite well with glue. You need to make sure every little edge is stuck down, otherwise they'll lift up later on when you do the PVA glue and tissue layers. So I stuck them down and made sure all the very ends are stuck down well, like so. And then you'll see in a bit what I do is I use the hot glue gun to go around the edges of the wings to add texture to the wings and to add those sort of bony shapes you get in bats' wings. But the first thing I needed to do was to figure out where the tentacles were going to go. So I used a Sharpie to draw those because it's the easiest thing that I knew would draw on glass and stay on until I took it off. And you know, I can remove it afterwards. This also made it so I could make sure I got 8 tentacles and not like 6 or anything. And it just helped me to plan out where everything was going to go. Then I took my glue gun and went around the edges of the bat wings that I created. I wanted to line around the edges and then create like spines through the wings, like to represent where the bones would be. And if you see my hand tremble a little bit while doing this, this is because with this glue gun, these mini glue guns, I find you have to press quite hard to get the glue to come out sometimes, especially when the glue gun's only just been turned on, and that makes my hand tremble. It always has done, especially when I hold it in certain ways. So don't worry about my hand trembling, that's just something that normally happens with me. And then I used the glue to create the spine shapes, like the bone shapes in the wings, like so. And all you have to do this, you need a steady hand ideally, but you can fix it later on, which is the advantage of hot glue. And you have to try and squeeze the glue gun just enough so a steady stream of glue comes out. And at the same time move it steady enough so that the glue will stick to the surface and create a line. If you move too fast you'll get gaps, and if you move too slow you get sort of blobby shapes. So it does take a bit of practice, but it is doable, and I like using this technique with the hot glue. The one advantage I like with the hot glue is how fast it dries and how fast it sets, because it don't really dry, it sets because obviously it's melted, isn't it? But this allows me to add detail to the bottle, detail I know that will stick to the bottle, and also it will stay in place until I cover it in the PVA glue and tissue mix. because I wanted like a sort of embossed effect to the glass. And then I used the same technique to draw all the tentacles on the bottle for the Cthulhu symbol. And like I said, what I'm going for here is, I imagined if Cthulhu had like a treasure chest at the bottom of the sea, this is what the emblem would be on his treasure chest. That's the idea of this design. I imagine that this would be in his like treasure chest with his rum in. I then use the glue gun to go around and create each one of those tentacles, and you'll see what I do is, first of all I go over the whole thing and do it as neatly as I can, and then later on I go over any areas where I need to go over it to make it a little bit thicker and fill in any gaps. And also what I do is, if there's any bits where, let's say there's a little bump on the tentacle that I've drawn in glue, I use the hot glue gun to smooth that back down. That way it makes it as neat as possible. And it doesn't have to be 100% spot on, because this is going to be covered in tissue paper anyway. But the neater you can get it, the better it'll show through the tissue paper basically. But it is quite a forgiving technique, so the tissue paper does smooth around everything. So as long as you haven't got anything that's like drastically out of shape, it will work. And I use blue tack on the desk to hold the bottle still and stop the bottle rolling around while I do this. And I just try and keep the lines as neat as I possibly can. And the advantage here as well is, because the bottle's cold, or well, cooler than the hot glue, I found the hot glue dried quite quickly on it, set quite quickly on it. So as you can see, I'm just following those lines, and I don't worry about getting rid of the Sharpie lines or anything, by the way, because it'll all get covered in the tissue paper and glue layer and the paint anyway. And I made sure to go over all the areas that I'd drawn. I made sure I created that sort of bone structure to the wings, and touched up any little spaces that I've found around where the tentacles meet the skull, and just touched those up as well. And like I said, I went over the tentacles twice to make them stand out a bit more, and make sure that they were as even as possible, and then just touched up around the edges like so. And then the next thing I did after I finished this step was coat the whole thing in a layer of tissue paper and PVA glue. And then once I had coated the whole thing in tissue paper and PVA glue, I then painted it black. I then took the metallic luster stuff that I've got and just used that with my finger and dry brushed it over the surface of the bottle. I just focused on the areas where I'd created detail. I didn't go over the whole bottle like I did with the altered jar, because I wanted it to make it look like the glass is embossed, and then whoever created the bottle just painted, like just covered the areas that were the design, like the details. I kind of like leaving the rest of the bottle black. I think it just adds to it. I wanted it to be quite dark, and I wanted the main focus of the bottle to be the Cthulhu logo that I created. And obviously, you know, granted, I could have included even more details with the tentacles, like little suckers and stuff, but like I said, I was going for more like a logo as opposed to you know, an actual proper representation of the creature. And then I went over the bottle where it got the wording in the bottle. This is what was already on the glass when we bought it with the liquid inside it, because that's the brand. But I liked the name, so I wanted to add that as well, because another name for Cthulhu is the Kraken. And then I went over the edges of the details of the rim of the bottle. And if anyone's wondering as well how I removed the metal thing that was at the top that the lid fastens onto, I just used some wire snips and cut it. It's quite thin metal. Then I put a candle in the top, a black candle, as requested by my hubby. He said he wanted a black candle in it. And then I wanted to make it look like it had been used before, like it's not like just brand new made. So I lit my large black candle and dripped that down the sides of the candle. Well, it's like a really dark bluey black. You'll see on the photograph in a bit that it does come out as like a sort of really dark navy blue. Because when I made this candle, I did think I'd use black dye. It turned out I'd use really dark navy blue, but it don't matter. It still looks black anyway. So yeah, I dripped that down the sides of the candle and down the sides of the jar. I wanted to add that layer of dripped wax, and that's it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.